Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ishan Patil.
My name is Omkar Sudeshwaran.
My name is Aditya Komaragiri, and we want to thank you all for joining us on this momentous occasion to celebrate the 250th anniversary of American independence.
Whether your family has been here for generations or you just recently chose to call America your home, tonight is about honoring the shared ideals that brings us all together.
Now, none of us were here for the 200th anniversary, and I doubt most of us will be here for the 300th. So the 250th is the perfect sweet spot for us Indians and everyone alike to enjoy and collaborate with each other and appreciate true American freedom.
So to fit all of that American freedom into our time window, we are very, very packed. So let's make sure that if you know you're being called up soon, please be primed and ready. Please don't dilly-dally in your seats. And please keep the side chatter to a minimum so we can keep our event rolling. We already started a little bit late, so we are going to have to pick up the pace.
So now for some quick introductions. Ishan, Aditya, and Omkar, we're your MCs and co-organizers for tonight. I'm a rising senior at Cerritos High School, and I'm the founder of the Youth Civics Think Tank, which is helping to co-organize this event.
I'm Omkar, I'm a rising junior at Whitney High School, and I'm the Director of Communications and Outreach for Youth Civics Think Tank.
Hello, hi, my name is Aditya. I'm also a rising senior at Cerritos High School, and I am also Director of the Youth Civics Think Tank.
So along with the Youth Civics Think Tank, we're co-organizing with SMAP Foundation, Shivaji Maharaj Antarashtriya Parivar, and the ICS, India Cultural Society.
So here on the slide, we have some of the youth leaders who are supporting today's event. So this is a huge thank you to everybody, whether or not they're here. Whether it be at the event itself, coming in early and leaving late, it's a lot of people overlook it, but it's really what helps us run events like this.
Additionally, we have many community leaders and organizers who have come here today to ensure that this event actually goes smoothly. And to be frank, if it wasn't for their support, we wouldn't have this Monday and we wouldn't have a great place to live. So once again, a great thank you for our community leaders as well.
We're also grateful to have over 30 sponsors and partnerships for this event. Due to time constraints, we can't name every single one of them, but some of the notable ones are Radha Krishna Mandir, who are giving us this amazing venue. We also have Cake Corner for the amazing food that you guys are all going to get. And the reason we're holding this event in the Radha Krishna Mandir is because it's actually the oldest Hindu temple in California. So it's a very, very monumental location, and we're extremely grateful to be celebrating here. And there are many, many other organizations being represented, and we thank every single one of them for help making this event a success.
So we have many esteemed dignitaries, as you can see here. Unfortunately, we can't take you guys up yet, but you guys are going to have to satiate your hunger with just these pictures for now. But later on, we'll get a chance to hear from each and every one of them, and they'll get the recognition that they deserve.
Now, shown here is a quick overview of how today is going to be going. And as you can tell, we have a very, very tight schedule, and we've already started a tad bit late, so we're going to pick up the pace for sure. And here's section 1, and we're going to be getting started with the lamp lighting with our dignitaries.
So could we start by inviting everybody who's participating in the lamp lighting ceremony to come up and perform this amazing ceremony? Also, separately, we're gonna have a display of 250 candles in the back of the room, and that just represents America's journey and the many generations that have come to shape it together. So, and together they all just remind us that progress begins with one light, and every single person contributes in a unique way to make America what it is today. So now we'll be getting started with the lamp lighting ceremony. Could we have everyone participating to come up and conduct it? Dignitaries. Okay, so could all the dignitaries please come up?
And then I just have a quick thing to announce. Dr. K.J. Srinivasan could not make it, so we have Kulwant Singh Ji with us. So thank you, Kulwant Singh Ji, for joining us. We'd also like to get our Scout leaders as well as Lions leaders. Please join for the lighting. Along with that, Sanjay Bhai Parimal Ji, please come on. Sanjay Bhai Parimal Ji, BK Ji, where are you? Please come on. Kevin Bhai, thank you. Please join us. So let's start with Kulwant Singh Ji and all the dignitaries. If you could please do the honor, I'd appreciate it. Hitesh Ji, VK Ji, Kevin Bhai, Kevin Bhai. We have here Prakash Bhai as well, Prakash Nayak. He lives in India as well as here. He runs our SMAP in India. Vasuji, please come on. Sorry. Alright, so Ishan, Adi, next item.
Wonderful. Oh yeah. So thank you for all the dignitaries. You guys can take your.
We could stay here and we can do the bridge while we're here. That's okay.
Okay. Alright, so next we would like to request the representative from Troop 1005 to come up. Quick fun fact, they've been established for 28 years and have been serving here in our La Palma area. So thank you very much for your guys' service.
Alright, we have Frank, Mr. Councilman Frank. Please come up. We have Zeal as well. Please thank you for joining us from CDR Martishia. And then, sorry, Zeal is from CDR Martishia. Frank is from CDR Centers. Frank, please come up. Thank you.
How we're going to do this is they're going to say one line and then we're all going to repeat after them, okay?
The tall ones at the back.
Okay, let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation, under all, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. You guys can go have a seat. And now, the next item on our list.
Okay, give me 1 second. Alright, could we have Riju Jain, our passionate 7-year-old singer, lead us today in the national anthem? Big hand of applause, please.
Hello, everybody.
That was absolutely incredible. Let's give one more round of applause. Hey, nice. Now for the Indian National Anthem, could we have Rajeshwari Kulkarni? Absolutely mesmerizing vocals. One more round of applause, please. Okay, wait, could we have Riju Jain come up one more time to sing her patriotic song? take their seats now. Thank you very much for coming up. Sorry for making you stand up so long.
We want to welcome you on behalf of the trustee and after the things this
Now, we would like to recognize and thank Pandit Bharatbhai Shastri for welcoming us into his space, the Radha Krishna Mandir. We will open with a brief prayer offered by the temple's Hindu priests as a gesture of gratitude, peace, and unity as we begin today's program.
Om Bhadram Karneभिः Shriyam Devaः Bhadram Pashyemakshaभिः Jajatraः Sthirairangaistushturvagusastanubhir Vyashemahi Devahitam Jadayuः Dyauh Shantirantarikshagum Shanti Prithvi Shantirapah Shantirokadayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shantir Vishve Devah Shantir Brahma Shanti Sarvagum Shanti Shantire Vashanti Sama Shantiredi Sarvam Mangalam Bhavatu Bhumi Mangalam Udaka Mangalam Gagana Mangalam Agni Mangalam Vayu Mangalam Surya Mangalam Chandra Mangalam Jiva Mangalam Jagat Mangalam Deha Mangalam Mano Mangalam Atma Mangalam Sarvam Mangalam Bhavatu 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 Sarvam Mangalam Bhavatu 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 Sarvam Mangalam Bhavatu Bhavatu Bhavatu.
Right, so thank you, Bharatbhai. There's also a last minute thing, so I apologize for disturbing here. Parimal Shahji just walked in and told us that there's a certificate from State of California Senate for Radha Krishna Mandir, and we'd like to honor Bharatbhai for that certificate. So Parimalji, thank you for doing that. And again, my apology for disturbing this, but I just found out like 2 minutes ago. So thank you.
Now, I would like to welcome La Palma Mayor, Mr. Nitesh Patel, to say a few words and hand out a few certificates.
Thank you. I'd like to also call up Councilmember Vikesh Patel, who happens to be my little brother, as I always say. On behalf of the city of La Palma, it's truly an honor and privilege to be here and recognize our youth and other foundations that are blending our culture with celebrating the 250th Independence Day of America. So with that, when I get a text message from Vijay that our youth is doing something, today I have an event at 5 o'clock in Newport Beach, but I wouldn't miss this because it inspires me to see our younger generation lead. And you are our future leaders of America. Because it takes courage, it takes time, patience with everything that you're doing to be able to put this event on with the support of our community. Because there's community leaders and our temple that the priest allows us to be able to use this facility. I mean, Radha Krishna Mandir, I've been coming here since I was a little kid. So it is a pleasure to always be back and celebrate our culture blending into the United States of America, the independence and its culture. So when you carry this torch on, I expect you to become leaders and hopefully someday replace Frank, because you live in Cerritos, and also replace other council members like myself for that, because you will keep the torch going and showing what America is truly about. So with that said, I'm going to pass these certificates out, and I'm going to call each and every one of you. I'm going to read one, and then they're all the same, right? So, but this one is presented to Ishan Patil, celebrating USA's 250th Independence Day. The city of La Palma proudly recognizes Ishan Patil for his outstanding youth leadership in helping organize the USA's 250th Independence Day celebration on July 12, 2026, honoring the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence and the birth of the United States of America. As only of the 3 individuals selected to receive the Distinguished Civic Leadership honor, Ishan is recognized for his exceptional civic leadership, sustained community impact, and extraordinary commitment to public service. Through advancing civic engagement, strengthening community unity, bringing together youth, community organizations, and local partners, and inspiring the next generation to uphold the democratic values that strengthen our nation, he has set a distinguished standard for future generations. Okay, the next one is for Omkar Siddeshwaran. And then we have Aditya Komargiri. Okay, can we have the members of the Indian Cultural Society of Los Angeles come up?
Dilip, Sanjay bhai, Ritesh bhai, please come up.
Please. Yeah. Thank you. You know, our youth can only do this if supported by strong mentors and leaders. So the Indian Culture Society of Los Angeles continues to support our youth, not only just for these types of events, but for other events too, and help to progress our cultural values and making sure it's blended into the American values. So thank you for everything that you do, and on behalf of the City of La Palma, we'd like to present this to you.
Okay, this way. Sorry.
Okay, the next one we have is Youth Civics Think Tank. If we can have all the members of the Youth Civic Think Tank come up here. I'm going to present this to your organization because, again, like I said earlier, it takes courage to set up an organization and to follow through with it and to lead, because you're helping to make the change and change in a thought process and mindset. So again, congratulations for all the work that you're doing and continue to do it, because this journey just began. It won't stop until you have children.
Ready? Okay. This way?
So while they're taking the pictures, Nitesh ji has to leave. So we have some flowers, okay, for Nitesh as well.
We have one more. If SMAP Foundation can come up.
Vasu ji, please come on. Dutta ji, Dutta Shinde ji, Ganesh ji, please come on. Dr. Karasali, please.
Dr. Kansali, all students, SMA people, please join. Rohini, Rajesh,
All SMA people, please join. Rohini ji, Dr. Joshi,
Preeti,
Ashok ji, Preeti Patil.
whoever Lataji,
Lata ji, please.
Bandari,
Amrit ji, please.
whoever SMA,
Monica.
Mukherjee, Dinesh,
Come on, VK ji किधर?
Rajeshri, Dinesh, Neta, Pradeep, Dr. Pradeep.
It's so bad, the lighting is very bad.
Whoever, please sign up.
So I'd like to present this to SMAP, who is an integral part of our community. When you look at these leaders, this isn't just SMAP, because they also lead so many other organizations. I'd like to call them the pillars of our community. So let's give them a big round of applause, because this is SMAP Foundation, but also there are pillars of our community because of the organizations they lead. So thank you for everything that you do, and on behalf of the City of La Palma, I'd like to recognize you for all the work you've done, and I'm going to pass it to...
Yeah, please. Vijay, please. He's our leader.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Please take a seat. We just have Mr. Taj as well join us, so thank you, Alici, for joining us. So we're going to have a formal dignitary section that you saw in the agenda right after this. But before that, Nityaji had to leave at 2 arrangement. So we just did that. And then now we're going to have a youth panel discussion. So after that, we're going to invite all the dignitaries again to continue the honor. Sorry, I think we forgot to... Nityaji, please don't go. Please. Yeah, we have... yeah, please come up. Nityaji and Vikaji, please come up. So we have some bouquet, flower bouquet for you. It's a flower plant. I could request Lateji. Please come up. And then Praveen Bhai. Yeah. If I can request you to give this two, one each Lateji. So one flower each, both of them. We have this for all dignitaries. Instead of bringing flowers, we have a plant that you can take home and then get more flowers. One more. Latesh. Okay, right. If you can give that one. Yeah. Yeah, that, yeah, to Anika. That bouquet to Vikesh. To Nitesh and Vikesh, both of them. And then before you head out, both of you, we'd like to take a picture with our council members who are elected council officers. Just one group picture for everyone before you go. I did not know about your schedule, but let's take this picture first, and then after that we'll do one group.
Please, you join, please. Arvind, please. Please. Come. DKG.
Okay. Right here. Right here. Thank you.
If I can get please all elected officers, Ali ji, Frank ji, Zil ji, please come up. Singh, Mr. Kulil Singh ji, please come on as well. You are the supreme leader of our community.
Okay, here. You tell me. Hi. Okay, this way. Ready. 1, 2.
I'd like to get the youth leaders in this picture as well. So you guys, please come. Please come up. Just keep it there. Please come up. Youth leaders, maybe you take your chairs. Why don't you just take your chairs and sit in the middle? There's no room there. So who will arrange it? Take your chairs. All youth, please take your chairs. Put the chair in the middle. And please sit on top of that. Yeah, that's good. I wish we had a bigger stage. We could arrange it properly, but this is one. Just for one picture, guys.
Okay. Move back. Move it back. Okay. Move it back. Back.
So the picture of the day. Youngsters are sitting and we're standing there, huh?
Ready. 1, 2.
You know that means exactly what Nitesh said. We are taking a back seat. Alright, thank you very much everyone. So we'll get the dignitaries back again as I mentioned, but before that we wanted to do a youth panel, and then immediately after that we'll have the dignitary section.
Okay, wasn't that amazing? So now, following that great display of recognition, could our youth panelists please come onto stage?
Yes.
Alright, so now we're gonna have my favorite part of the event, the youth panel. We have Somal Arora, Anushka Rajiv, Ved Gandhi, Adriti Verma, and Saivi Sodhi. Please give a round of applause for them. Our youth panel, Shaping America's Next 250, a youth perspective, offers an opportunity to hear from Southern California's most talented young leaders as they share their perspectives on identity, civic responsibility, and the future they hope to build for our next generation. To start, let's have everyone introduce themselves really briefly with their name, school, and grade.
I'm Somal Arora, I'm a rising junior, and I go to Whitney High School.
Hi everyone, my name is Ved Gandhi, and I'm a rising junior at Whitney High School.
Hi everyone, my name is Anushka Rajiv, and I'm a rising senior at Whitney.
Hi everyone, my name is Adriti Verma. I'm a rising senior at Oxford Academy.
Hi, my name is Saivi Sodhi. I'm a rising junior at Fairmont Preparatory Academy.
Awesome. So it seems that everyone here is very accomplished and very knowledgeable. So let's ask a few questions. So here's how it's going to work. So each one of us moderators are going to ask a question, and each person here is going to be answering it with their opinion. And the first question is going to be with Sean.
So to start, our first question is going to be, the bamboo ceiling refers to Asians reaching high professional levels but being underrepresented in top leadership. Do you think that this bamboo ceiling still exists today for Asian Americans entering their careers? And if it does, what should individuals do to push through it? We can start with Soma.
Alright, so I feel like the bamboo ceiling for Asian Americans still exists, although it is shrinking. As like, for example, Kamala Harris and the CEO of Google are all Asian American, and they currently hold high leadership like positions. So even though it's still there, I feel like it is shrinking as like we go on.
I think the bamboo ceiling is present, but it's less direct than normal or direct discrimination. I think Asians are mainly seen as technically capable, but not as much as having a lot of leadership, and they're always seen as lower compared to the higher positions. They do the technical work, and then the higher ups are different, have different demographics, and they are the ones who control the bigger picture. And I think the bamboo ceiling limits the potential that Asians have, and because of that, they see themselves as really hardworking, but not able to put themselves into top positions. But I think a solution is to people communicate better. Something that Asians struggle with a lot is social skills, and I think that if they are taught that more, if they see envision themselves as a future leader, they can talk more and be a future leader.
Yeah, so I think that the bamboo ceiling exists, but more so in the humanities field. So talking about like partners in law firms or even like local politicians. I'm not just talking about Cerritos, our teacher, the combo here, but across the country. And I think that that's because we see more Asian Americans in technical fields, like in the STEM field. But our parents and the Asian American community in general doesn't really place a heavy emphasis on the humanities field, and that's something that we lack, and that's something that we need more people to focus on. And I think that with more open dialogue and more communication, and definitely more communication between parents and their children about the importance of the humanities field, I think advancements could definitely be made.
I definitely have to agree with my peers that the bamboo ceiling still exists, specifically for encouraging Asian youth to engage in STEM fields, like in technical and professional skills, but not always in leadership opportunities, which is why I feel that it's important to break through that ceiling and engage, especially what Anushka said here, that we need to encourage our youth and our children to engage and explore different fields, not just the STEM fields, and model ourselves after the leadership that we are seeing more and more, like Kamala Harris and Zohran Mamdani and obviously all of our dignitaries that are here today.
Yeah, so I think I agree with a lot of what they've already said, but I don't think the bamboo ceiling is as strong as it used to be. We do see a lot of South Asians and Indians in positions of CEOs. Like, for example, I know the Chanel CEO is actually a South Asian Indian woman. So I think that it isn't as big, but I do see a little bit of a gap, and that would be in terms of culture, history, and youth engagement. So I recently did, I researched 2 bills on ethnic studies, and what I found is that right now, AB 101 and AB 1468, it was actually not, it was passed, but the funding was actually stopped in California. And I think that this bill was actually really important, especially since right now a lot of textbooks in schools, a lot of it is biased. And I think when we talk about Indians, a lot of what comes up in our society is caste system and things like that. And I think that that's really just very limited. There's a lot more to the culture, so much more to the history, and I think that it isn't represented enough. I actually know from 6th grade, we were talking about certain like Hindu gods, and one of my teachers, we actually noticed that in the textbook it said one of the gods' name wrong, and I actually corrected my teacher on that. And I think that's where it comes in, and that's why it's so important to understand what biases certain textbooks have. So I think that's my take on bamboo ceiling.
So next, Many Asian and Indian community organizations say that they want to preserve culture for the next generation, but youth attendance and leadership are often low. Not us, but why do you think that many young people don't feel connected to these organizations, and what do you think would actually make them want to participate?
So I feel like many of these events that youth don't attend, like social media plays a big impact through other influence and influence from outside people. Like a lot of youth in the day look up to other people that aren't their parent or someone that they're directly related to. So I feel like to better increase attendance, you start implementing short segments of culture or those things and events where many youth actually attend. And slowly they'll start attending more because eventually they'll get used to it and get their mind will get opened up to what it actually means.
So the reason I believe that Asians
For clarification, you can ask for clarification.
Can you just restate the question one time?
Oh yeah, okay. Many Asian and Indian community organizations say that they want to preserve culture for the next generation. Youth attendance and leadership are often low. Why do you think that is, and how would you fix it?
I think youth attendance is low is because youth are often treated and seen as an audience rather than people who make the actual decisions. So I know as someone who is a part of the youth that whenever I attend these events or cultural organizations that I'm often treated as a volunteer or often is made to do the work, while the adults are the ones who make the decisions and decide who does what. So I believe this is the reason that youth doesn't have a lot of leadership. But I believe that this can be solved by elections and having people being able to see themselves as leaders and having their adults choose them to make decisions, such as voting, giving them budgets to actually make impacts in their communities.
Wait, real quick, just so everybody in the back can hear you, could you guys just put the mic a little bit closer to your mouth?
So while I think that staying connected to your culture is really, really important, I think it's equally important that these organizations make these events something that the youth can enjoy, because involvement is important. Cultural involvement is really important. But being involved in enjoying an event is also important. So I think that organizations should focus on making events more interactive, giving people the leadership experience that they need, and the chance to actually make events happen. And that way that they're not actually a passive participant, but rather an active participant, an active change maker.
I think that a lot of young people don't necessarily reject their culture. They just don't always connect with it the way that it's presented, because most of the time cultural organizations tend to focus heavily on traditions, but they don't leave much room for conversations about what it's actually like growing up as an Asian American in this century. And it develops a sort of disconnect between traditional values and the generations that came with them as between the youth. So I feel like if youth are expected to attend instead of helping lead or shape programs to progress as society progresses, they won't be able to stay engaged in such cultural traditions and organizations. So giving young people real leadership roles and creating events around issues we actually care about, making it feel like a community instead of an obligation, would definitely make a huge difference in regards to youth engagement.
Yeah, so I think very similarly to them, and I feel that a lot of young people these days don't feel so connected to the culture as well, and I think that this really depends on how the peers around you, what influence they have on you. And also, I actually went to Qumran Mission when I was younger. I was really young at that time. I did think it was a little boring, but then I used to look at the food and I used to love the food, so that's why I used to go. But then later on, I started watching a lot of historical South Asian Indian shows, and I used to love it so much. I think that type of interactiveness is needed in the community. like a lot of interactiveness in terms of the peers, and also to just be able to have fun with the community. I think that's a really big factor when it comes to that, and I think just so much more communication is needed. I think also that since there are limited organizations, we should be able to spread the word through advertising every single cultural celebration and everything. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Our next question, question 4. Oh, Omkar. Yeah, Omkar's going to be giving the next question.
Okay, so a lot of unity events end up being food fairs or a photo op without touching real issues regarding real tensions in our society, such as politics, religion, and generational values. So what's a barrier to unity between communities today that doesn't get talked about at events like this one? And what's a suggestion to fix that lack of communication about serious issues?
All right, so I feel like a barrier between communities and what doesn't get talked about at events like the real like struggle and like other things that like people go through, and like along with like cultural values, and like a lot of people have like different cultural values, and a lot of people like don't really touch up on that and like figure out what like they really like believe in, and they don't really like share with other people. So I feel like more like open discussion and like people being open to other ideas instead of being like stuck to what they think would be like better and will be more like openly accepted.
So I think at even events like these, it's really easy to talk about the day-to-day lives and eat food together, but it's not as easy to bring up political debates or religious disagreements, and I feel like that is the reason it's really hard to progress together as a society about the bigger picture. And I believe a solution to this is to have shared responsibilities together, because when people share responsibilities for bigger things, it's easier to talk and communicate in an effective manner. So I think just by engaging in civic projects, civic events, government positions, being able to talk with our community and be open, it allows us to really have a genuine connection rather beyond just the day-to-day lives, and we create an actual community that makes us feel like really there.
So I think one of the biggest barriers in the South Asian community particularly is like the fear of creating tension, or the fear of, what will people think, as I often hear. And that often discourages a lot of youth to speak their minds and to really voice their opinions and be assertive. And I think that needs to change, mainly through open communication and open dialogue. And I think that people need to learn how to respectfully disagree if they have differing values, because that's when, commonalities are rooted, that's when we can learn how to work toward a common goal, and that's the most important thing when fostering important connections.
I 100% have to agree with what Anushka said. One barrier that doesn't get talked about enough is that people, or the older generation, often encourages you not to engage in difficult conversations because they don't want to create conflict. But avoiding topics like politics, religion, and generational differences doesn't actually build understanding. It just restricts people to their own circles. And if we truly want to build a sense of unity besides food fairs and other multicultural events, it needs to be a place where youth can actually engage in civil discourse. They can talk about the issues that matter to them, and just have considerate places where people can respectfully disagree, talk about issues that actually matter to them, and then maybe come to common solutions. And it not only encourages you to pursue those problems that they wish to solve in the future, but it also allows the older generation or the parents to kind of see what issues are truly affecting like their family members, the youth, their communities, and they'll have a new lens to view it through, because I know traditional values kind of restrict more progressive ideas.
Yeah, so the barrier that people rarely really talk about is these events in the mix of politics, religion, and these generational values. I believe that as of now, there's so much social media, there's so much misinformation out there, and it's important to bring the truth to everything, right? I think that people usually give the group that goes with the religious beliefs, and I think that's not okay. I think people should always support the truth, even if it's against their group. And I think that's really prevalent in the South Asian community specifically because we have so many different religions and so many different cultures around us, right? And I think it's important to have these debates without getting really touchy about it, and also being able to understand and respect everyone's religions without bringing in the extremists or bringing in those events that have impacted people a lot, right? And I think that's been a lot of what's happened in India's history and other histories around the world as well.
That was absolutely incredible answers. I love how you guys talk about, kind of the necessity for people of different beliefs to come together with their ideas, and I think that's definitely that's a really big part of what makes America, right? It's we have the ability to come together with different ideologies and kind of put those together, and we're the child of our own, right? And political and ideological child of our own. So, great answers, guys. That was absolutely great. So, moving on, Ishu, for our next one.
So the next question is, Asian Americans are successful in many professional fields, but are often underrepresented and less visible in local politics, school boards, advocacy, and public leadership. Why do you guys think that gap exists, and what would you want to do to make the youth more civically involved?
So I think that gap exists because many people consider Asian Americans more such as immigrants. So as we get more and more time pass, I feel like the gap will shrink. And to make the community more involved and to get youth more involved, I feel like we need to start increasing events like these and other such events where youth can actually have a voice and implement their ideas into these things, which would therefore get them more involved into these events.
So, being an Indian American and going to school or living in a community with a lot of Asians around me, I always ask people what do you want to major. They always say either something STEM related, law, or they want to be a doctor. They never talk about politics or want to have a government position. They really want to climb the ranks and make a change in the community. And I think that's because Asian families often tell their children to be something STEM related, go into a field where it's stable, though there's a clear path of where you want to go. But politics and civic engagement is a little bit more uncertain. You don't financially you can't really expect anything. So I think that's maybe the problem that Asians have because they're immigrants and then they don't want to come off as different. And so I think one solution to this is in our communities can provide different ways for Asians to really make a change, and they can see a tangible impact that they can actually improve. And I think Ms. Zila here provided a perfect opportunity for us in Civitos and our teachers to do this. We just seen genuine ways that we can make an impact in our communities, and I think this is one step that communities can take as a whole, so we can, as youth, make change in our cities and communities.
So I really like this question because a lot of the things that I do is tailored towards civic engagement. But I don't necessarily think that the problem is that we have a lot of South Asian kids going into the STEM field, because you can have a doctor who actively participates in society and votes and does all that. But I think the main reason is because a lot of people view the humanities as less important than the STEM field, and I think that is mainly because we don't see a lot of representation as South Asians with humanities leaders in our society. I've been really lucky to have been mentored by Ms. Zahir and by leaders who look like me and who I would see as who I consider as my role models. And I also think that just learning about how government can really make a change in someone's life, on both the local, city, and state levels. I think that it's really important that we take action as youth, and really learn about the political processes that turn our bills into laws, that make laws effective in our society.
I think that a lot of Asian American families encourage careers where success feels more predictable, like engineering, medicine, or business. Because I know my dad told me I had two options. I could become a doctor or I could become an engineer, and that's not what I wanted to do. Public service in politics seems more uncertain or even divisive, so they tend not to encourage that as much to the younger generation. And I feel that decisions made by school boards, city councils, and local governments affect our everyday lives just as much as, medicine, business, and engineering does. So there's no reason for them not to encourage that. So I think that responsibility really falls to the youth to show other generations that this is a viable career option. We do need to participate in this more, and encourage other pathways, like instead of HOSA, which is specifically for the medical field, or FBLA for the business field, or Skills USA for the engineering field. We should promote other opportunities more, like mock trials or Model United Nation conferences or speech and debate conferences. All of those opportunities would really allow Asian American youth to see what's out there, how we can actually make a difference. And in my personal experience, every time I visited one of those conferences or trials, I have been one of the minorities there, and there have been demographically it was prominently white, and I don't see much representation there. So if we could promote our youth to get out there and really engage there more, that way we get set up for future political jobs, or just community service jobs that are away from the traditional fields, that would be great.
Yeah, so I think there are two reasons as to why this gap exists right now. One, I would say, is that a lot of them don't know about these organizations, and second would be that they don't feel so connected with these organizations. And I think that that's really necessary to solve as of now, because I've actually seen, I feel like when there's more South Asians, more of an Asian community, there's always more civic engagement, there's always more people in the city council who are Asian, and I think that's really what's limiting us. I think advertising these organizations more would actually help and get more youth involved.
Definitely. Great answers once again, and I agree. We need more representation in order to have more opinions across the board. And I think whatever we're having right now is a great opportunity to, start that fundamental journey to bring our opinions to more important places.
Great. Now, for the fifth question, we're going to try to keep this a little bit short, okay, because we're running low on time. But Asian Americans are often described as the model minority, meaning hardworking, high-achieving, educated, and quiet. Do you think the stereotype helps, hurts, or does both? Has it affected you, or has it affected how people think about success?
So I feel like the stereotype of Asians being hardworking, but also being quiet doesn't really it doesn't help. It doesn't harm, but for me personally, it doesn't really help, because in the end, everyone really wants to just be successful, make money, live a good life, and so if someone comes up to you and saying, oh, you're Asian American, you have this or that, no, you don't really me personally, I don't really think about it, but because my main focus is to I want to live a good life. I want to be able to support my family. So I feel the stereotypes don't really harm me, but it doesn't really help that much either, since the main goal for me is essentially live a successful life.
Well, I think both are there. It helps and it hurts. I think it does hurt a little bit more because it gives society a very narrow view on how Asians really are. Over there it says high achieving, educated, and quiet. But I think quiet is really where we stop, because just because you're high educated you're high achieving and well educated doesn't mean you have to be quiet. With your education and ambition, you can be a leader. You can be a leader in society. And I think that just because we're Asian doesn't mean we just have to be very technical with our skills. We can be leaders, and that is really what I think we aim to do as Asians.
So I also agree that it does both. I think that the values of hard work and education are really important, and society needs more of that. But I also think that the idea that unhealthy and unrealistic expectations are placed upon Asian American children is also just not it's not commendable, and it shouldn't be taken forward. But I think that for me personally, the model minority does not impact how I view success, because I view success as very subjective. For me, success is not really about what grades I get at school or what awards I win, but rather about how much I can influence others and how I can make an impact in my own community. And I think that comes along with being civically engaged. When young people learn how to do that, that is really the true definition of being successful, not really just your academic competence or what teachers and people at school say about you.
I think the model minority stereotype does a bit of both. It creates a lot of pressure, but it also sets standards that are good and positive, which will help youth in the future for them to live up to. So growing up here, I am surrounded by a lot of high achieving Asian kids, and success can start to feel like it's defined by grades and college admissions or certain careers that we get into. That stereotype is good in the sense that it pushes you to be your best self, but it is also extremely harmful because it can put a lot of pressure on youth and students, and it makes people forget or assume that we're doing fine, so they forget to check in with our mental health, financial challenges, and other discrimination that sometimes might get overlooked. I think success should be defined by finding something that's meaningful to you individually, not just some stereotype that has been traditionally set for us, and not meeting expectations that other people place on you, just really setting those expectations yourself.
Yeah, so I actually agree with her, and I would also say that it's both. I think that for me, the stereotype didn't really change how I define success, and it did push me to put more effort in. I think that really helped me throughout my life. Obviously, I've had a lot of successes, a lot of losses, but I never really put myself down, and I kept going. And I think that's really important in this Asian community. We keep trying to go farther and farther, but I think there is always a point where you have to calm down, right? I think that's what is something in essence not as good, because a lot of Asian communities are too hard on themselves. They always want to be the highest, they always want to keep going, and I think sometimes it's about just think what you really like, what is really meaningful to you. So I think that's something that's there, and then I also think a lot of people of color get affirmative action and those things, but I think that the Asian community, they've always never associated with that type of action. They've always just climbed the ladder. They've always started from the very beginning, walked themselves all the way up. And I think that has to do with a lot of your values, your generational values of working hard, getting to where you want to be. And I think that's really important, and that's really good too, because we're not being held by anything. We're just pushing our way through, and I think that's my perspective on it.
Thank you guys for the amazing youth panel. That concludes our youth panel for today. Can we get one round of applause for everyone? And now we have certificates and plaques for every single one of the youth panelists. So,
alright, so thank you so much. This was an incredible, as we rightly said, you are our future. So you're thinking right, and please keep up the great work. So we're honored to have 5 dignitaries, and we have 5 panelists. We'd like to invite all 5 dignitaries. Please come up and then give one by one to everyone, and here's a list. So Dr. Srinivasan is not here, so Mr. Kulman Singh ji is here. So we'll go in this order. That's right here. So I need some help. So first we'll start with yeah, please come on. Yeah, the guys go in the back. Perfect. And then we'll start with the first one, Somil. Mr. Kulman Singh ji, if you could offer certificate to him. And thank you, Somil. Really appreciate your support. Then we have Mayor of City of Artesia, Mr. Das. Thank you for coming. And we're going to honor Ved Gandhi. Thank you. We have Zeel, again from City of Artesia, council member, and we'll be honoring Adriti. Yeah. Mr. Patnaik is come as well. And then we have Frank, Brian Mayor of City of Cerritos. If you could honor Anushka Rajiv, that would be great. Thank you. Finally, Mr. Patnaik, Commissioner from the City of Cerritos, Saili Soji. Thank you so much. And I think this concludes our youth section. So let's start with the dignitary speeches that we left in between. So with that, thank you. You can please take your seats. And we'll continue the dignitary part as I mentioned.
Thank you guys so much for your insight. The questions were, answers were absolutely beautiful. You guys have a lot of great ideas, so we want to hear from you guys again. Alright, nice. Could our dignitaries please take these seats now?
So we'll again go in the same order, if that's okay. Aditya, you have to go. You have to go. Let's start, if you don't mind, we'll start with Mr. Taj because he is reading the whole book. So we'll start with Mr. Taj.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Deputy Council General, and the organizers of this event, Mr. Vijay Patel, and everyone, especially ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Council Member Frank Yokoyama, and my colleague, Honorable Zila here, and Commissioner, who is also President of Patnaik. It's such a pleasure to be here, and also I see Lions Club from Artesia, Cerritos, so let's give a big shout out to them as well. I want to start off and kick off this by saying a great thank you to all of you, because this youth is always encouraged by your presence. And if your presence is not there, you know, this youth is, of course, will continue to do its own dialogue and so on and so forth. Your presence is a lot of encouragement to them, so thank you so much. You know, I also want to give a big shout out to my council colleague, who's just been a tremendous advocate for youth. And recently, at our SCAG meeting, SCAG is an organization which represents Southern California as local cities. About 30 youth from Cerritos and Artesia came together to actually be part of that committee, regional committee, housing committee, as well as economic, as well as our environment committee. So a lot of kudos to you. You took the leadership role to do that. The Kabana train from Norwalk went all the way to downtown, and your leadership has been absolutely impactful when it comes to youth. So thank you. You put what we speak about mentoring the youth, but she actually makes it happen. So I just want to give a big shout out. I'm very glad I was telling her to have you, my council colleague. Thank you. And another gentleman who is actually a representative of SCAG for our region is Frank Yokoyama. He also represents the National League of the Cities for our region, and also a chair for what we're talking about, Asian American. Exactly. So thank you so much for your leadership, for encouraging. This is huge because because his leadership has really impacted our region and has also been an advocate, especially for our youth. So thank you. The discussion earlier about having, the fact that youth getting participation in government, all politics are local politics. I'm sure you've heard this before. What that means is the power of local politics is absolutely impactful. Local is where Commissioner Patrick Knight is, local is where we are as elected officials, county. This is where things happen. This is where roads are paved. This is where trash is picked. This is where schools, this is where trees are trimmed. The local issue is most impactful when it comes to engagement and community and making things happen. It's not a good idea to give a politician a mic because politician goes on and it doesn't stop. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to actually hand it over to Councilman Zila here to honor some of the folks for recognition certificate on from Great City of Artesia.
Thank you, Mr. Taj, and thank you all for giving us this space to recognize community leaders for organizing this event. We would like to recognize Indian Cultural Society of Los Angeles. Yes, if we have representatives from CSCLA.
Okay.
Yes. And just like Mayor Nitesh said, I've been coming to this Mother since I was a baby girl, so I'm dressed the part and I'm also barefoot, so please forgive me. Youth Civics Think Tank. I work with them closely. I'm really honored to recognize them today. And great work, you guys. Keep going. And this one is for Mr. Vijay Patil. You've taken so many initiatives, and honestly, I'm inspired from you. So any things that I get today, actually, they all go to you. Yes, and I hope you read it. I wrote it myself.
My friend.
I won't take too much time, but I hope you read it.
Okay, this it? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I wanted to say this if there's any youth today in the audience still listening. So we had a beautiful baby girl sing our national anthem, and that was wonderful. But the whole song, if you know the meaning behind it, the sacrifice that it took that particular night for the flag to keep standing. It wasn't just people fought a war. The flag was a symbol for freedom. And they kept looking at it. Is the flag still standing? Is the flag still standing? And finally, when people were the opposite army was just shooting at the flag, it was like, a miracle that it was still waving. But it started to bend. And before it fell, the soldiers used themselves to put their bodies underneath so that the flag could still stand. And by dawn, that was the point of victory. And it took people to sacrifice their lives. And we're living in that country that marks that sacrifice. And also coming from a country, we all know, the country of India, the sacrifices they had to make as well. So to fight for freedom, fight for democracy, it took a lot of people to give up their lives, and they still do. So I want to give it up to the Youth Civics think tank for being that youth that not just ticks the boxes or gets the grades, you know? They're really trying to put meaning behind what it means to live in this free country and to offer deeper versions of themselves with like a really sharp moral compass, internal monologue, and leading their own path. So I want to give it up to them, and I want everyone to be inspired from Angela. Thank you.
That's it from City of Partition. Over to Vijay Party. Oh, City of Cerritos, Frankie Okayama. Councilmember Frankie Okayama, this is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Frank Aurelio Yokoyama. I'm honored to be a council member and former mayor of the city of Cerritos. And thank you to SMAP Foundation and to Vijay Patel and to Pat Patniak for inviting me to this important, well-attended event. I'm glad to have my City of Cerritos Parks and Recreation Commissioner Pat Patniak here with me to present certificates from the City of Cerritos to some well-deserved individuals and organizations. You know, so we have some hardworking individuals who are youth leaders. And I'm honored to represent the Cerritos City Council and the City of Cerritos to recognize exceptional civic leadership, sustained community involvement and impact to the community, and extraordinary commitment to public services, advancing civic engagement, strengthening community unity, and setting the standard of leadership for the next generation. So I first like to call up youth leader Ishan Patel. So, the next certificate from the City of Cerritos is Youth Leader Omkar Sideshwaran. And next, I'd like to recognize Youth Leader Aditya Kamaragiri. And again, this is a very important event for our community. To celebrate the anniversary of American independence on July 12, 2026, that is being held in the city of Norwalk. To bring together various Indian American organizations by doing community outreach with several local partners and groups to unite youth and community at large while ensuring cross-cultural connection with a shared commitment to the democratic values that strengthen various communities within Southern California. I'm honored to recognize these organizations. I would first like to present a certificate to Youth Civic Think Tank.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
And the next certificate goes to SMAP Foundation Incorporated.
You coming the way? You coming the way? Sorry. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And I'd like to also present a certificate from the City of Cerritos to Indian Cultural Society of Los Angeles. Thank you again to SMAP Foundation for inviting me, Frank Aurelio Yokoyama, and the City of Cerritos to this important event. Thank you, BJ. BJ?
Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Before you go, we have this plants, as I mentioned, the flower plants for all of you. So, Aliji, if you just come up, Zilji, if you just come up, and then we need to give this, photo as well. And then if I can request Prakash Nayak ji, Vasu ji, Dr. Gadasar, if you can come up as well. Dr. Shukla, if you can please come up. So, if you can give this flower to each of them, that will be good. So you're going to give, instead of giving them flowers, we're giving them a plant that they can go home and make more flowers from the plant. So all the dignitaries would like to honor them. Kevaji, please take one. This as well. You too. Mr. Taj, Zain, Frank. Dr. Shukla, if you can take 2 more from there, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Perfect. Thank you. Guys, you guys please come up for the photo. You come up for the photo. Let's split this concept. Go inside. Go
Sorry, what? Go on the stage. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3, and this one won't make it. Okay, there you go.
Thank you so much. Please take your seats and then. Yeah. So, if officers, if you could, before you go, if you could ring the bell, I would appreciate it. This is the freedom bell, significance of freedom of America. So, ring the bell, and then after that, we're going to honor Artisha Cerritos Lions Club, as well as Mr. Brian Best and Scout Troop 1005. So, just please ring the bell. Hey, come on in. Yeah, please come up. Brian, Neil, Teresa, please come up. We'll just ring the bell and then. Alright, we're going to ring the bell 13 times to represent 13 colonies, the original 13 colonies of America. Teresa, please come up. Lions officers, please come up as well. Mr. Kunal Singh, please smile. Thank you very much. Please take your seats. And now we would like to honor Scout Troop 1005. Mr. Kunal Singh, if you could stay up there. So they have done an amazing job for the last 28 years, as you heard, and I'd like to honor them with the plaque.
Can all the members of Troop 1005 come up? Yeah. Wait, Zero, come up to present.
Okay, 1 second.
And then Mr. Best and
These are wide,
Mr.
you know,
Neil,
it's
you guys
too
please stay up.
Can't go.
We have certificates of recognition for you guys for their outstanding dedication to community service.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. I get to represent Scouting America along with Neil and Aurora here today. And it's our pleasure to serve the community and offer the youth of our community the opportunity to
be part of a program that really strives to give them the opportunity to learn leadership. We're a Scout-led Boy Scout troop. We give them the opportunity to fail and let that be a learning experience. They come from a lot of academic circles where that's not an option. So we give them a lot of just chances to try new ideas and learn and grow from it. Our program has a lot of merit badges that they have as part of their growth towards earning ranks, and a lot of those have civic connections. So it's learning citizenship in the community, both locally, nationally, and around the world as well. And we really look forward to them being the next generation that leads our communities, leads our faith, and leads our households. So it's our pleasure to continue to serve and to give those youth a chance to develop their skills for tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Best. So I would just say a few other things in addition to what Mr. Best has already said. First of all, thank you to Mr. Vijay Patilji and to the SMAP organization, to the Youth Council Think Tank, ICS, for hosting us here. We are really honored to be here and presenting or doing the Pledge of Allegiance and getting honored here. Like Mr. Best said, we are embodying, or Scouting actually embodies some of the principles that these organizations have, like unity, leadership, and service. So specifically on service, right? Like our Scouts do a lot of community service. If you just walk out of this door, on your left-hand side, you would see a shoe rack. So that's somebody's Eagle project from our Scout. We do like a lot of beach cleanups. We do cooking for homeless, and a lot of host of other things. In addition to like building character, leadership skills, and training. So if you have kids of age 11 or older, 5th grade, I encourage you to look at joining Scouting, and in particular our troop, Troop 1005. Thank you again.
Now we will be presenting a plaque for the Lions Club of Cerritos and Artesia. Could all the representatives please come up? This is for Mrs. Teresa Prumatic.
Thank you, BJ. We've known each other for many years. I'm just going to say that. To everyone here, thank you for inviting us. Our Lions Club, Artesia Cerritos, has been around since 1946. So, yeah, we don't look that old, but we are. So, we want to thank you for everything that you do to your communities, and for all our Asian friends, families, and community members. Shake Shake. For all of our Indian, namaste.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kulasiji.
Good evening, namaskar. On behalf of Consulate General of India, I extend my warm greeting and best wishes to all of you for celebration of anniversary of Independence Day of America. It is great to see the youth leader and the Indian American community celebrating this important day. It shows the great friendship between India and America. It is a tribute to our shared idea of democracy, which connects both India and America. And I thank you all, the youth leader, thank the Indian American community. You are the bridge between India and America. And through your hard work, dedication, You have contributed greatly to the success story of America, and we are proud of you. You make both India and America proud, and happy Independence Day again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kunal Singh ji. We have Dr. Shukla as well. If you could invite Dr. Shukla ji as well. Dr. Shukla ji, if you could talk about the flag, I would really appreciate it. There's a special honor that was bestowed by the state of California, and I'd like to hear more about it.
Thank you all for being here, and I want to thank the youth for organizing. We're celebrating the 250th anniversary. Most of you were not here when America celebrated 200th anniversary. I was actually here. It was 1976, and the United States has come a long way in the last 50 years. And the main reason, I believe, is because of the immigrants. Those of you who came in the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, 2000, not only has America given you opportunity, but you have helped America to succeed. We have a flag that was actually flown over the U.S. Capitol, and this was given to my wife for her community service, and it was given by the United States Senator for the state of California, Alex Padilla. So if any of you would like to take a photo with the flag that was actually flown over the U.S. Capitol, that's a tribute to all of the soldiers, the veterans, everyone who's worked to make America successful. Thank you all for being here, and thank you to Speech Project.
Thank you so much. Well, we have a wonderful dance performance by Dr. Sindhu's group as well. But before that, I would like to get Aparna to say a few words, Keval ji, and then we'll just do the dance performance by Dr. Sindhu. And then while Aparna is coming up, this is for celebrating 250 years of American independence. So there are 250 diyas, lamps out there. So if we can take the lamp, just light next to the cake. We're going to do a cake cutting as well. And yeah, that's the way we celebrate. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great honor as the president of SMAP LA to welcome you all today. Thanks for being here with us. At SME, we are committed to value of unity, leadership, service, and youth empowerment. You have seen that very much. Together, we celebrate the spirit of freedom, strength of our community, and inspire the next generation to lead the courage and compassion. God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you, Keval ji. Any quick message? And Prakash Naik ji, we need to hear from you as well. One quick message for the work that's happening in India. Good job.
Thank you, Vijay. First of all, congratulations to everybody for celebrating 250th anniversary of independence of the United States. Professor Shukla mentioned that there are not many people when they celebrated 200 years. I was one of them, I was here at that time. And that was my first year, the first people I was here. So congratulations to everybody, and we have seen a lot of changes in the last 50 years, and most of them are positive things. So we hope we'll continue progressing and becoming happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Prakash, you want to say something?
Congratulations, everybody. We are lucky to have today and participate in this 250 golden days for us today. And our Patilji, our leader of SMAP, with his leadership, in India also we are doing a very nice work for those who are in the needy people, the tribal areas. We are running a very good high school from standard 1st to standard 12, including science faculty. And we are having a big hostel, girls hostel and boys hostel. And we are giving them free education in India. Recently we opened one for the ladies, the hostel. There is 200 students capacity. That is under the name of Maharaja Shivaji. And before that, also we have one girls hostel under the name of Jijaba Mataji. नाम से एक स्कूल hosted. So thank you very much. SMAP is doing very good work in India too, with all of your good contributions. Thank you.
I request Lateji to say a few words. Lateji is a corporate executive, now left his job and now become a full-time entrepreneur. So congratulations on that. So,
thank you, JG. Honorable guests, friends and fellow citizens, as we mark the 250th anniversary of the United States, we are not just celebrating a date on the calendar. We are reflecting on a grand experiment, an ongoing 50 years of long journey towards a more perfect union. From the perspective of Indian American community, this milestone is particularly profound because of many of our stories that began with a leap of faith, leaving behind the land of our ancestors to seek opportunity, freedom, and a new life in this country. Like millions of others before us, we came here drawn by a promise of American dream. As we look back today, we realize that we didn't just find a home, we have been actively participating in building it. Whether it's through the selfless service of our doctors in the hospitals across the country, the innovation of our engineers in Silicon Valley, the leadership of our voices in government, or dedication of our families in every small business and schoolhouse, the Indian American story is woven into the very fabric of modern America. As Indian Americans, we are proud of the contributions we have made, but we are even more excited about the chapters yet to be written. Let us continue to serve, to innovate, to build, not just ourselves, but for the next 250 years of this great democracy. Happy 255th America. Let's keep moving forward together. Thank you.
thank you so much. Vikramji, you want to say something? We have Vikram Babale from Swami Samrat Organization. And then while he's speaking up, we should try to clean this up, and Sindhuji will get her troop ready for the dance performance. So, good.
Shri Swami Samartha, thank you Vijayji, and hi everyone. I think today we saw why youth was here and what they were telling us. They were trying to tell us why there is a disconnect between parents and kids, why there is a disconnect between kids and their culture. Having youth leaders here, SMAP is doing a really great job to create next leadership, which is really important. We saw why we don't have enough representation, but having zeal representing not only just the women power but also the youth, and we want such leaders to join more and more events and inspire youth, and that's what I'm also here to invite you, all of you, for one of the events we are doing on the August 1st in Chilman Mission. The event is a Guru Purnima, event of a Guru Purnima, honoring the tradition and our respect, gratitude towards our gurus, towards our parents, towards all the respected and elderly folks that we learn a lot from. We ought to give it back to them on the gratitude, and I wish and hope everyone will join the event. I have some of the flyers. I'm going to hand over some of the flyers to those who are interested, and I hope to see you all at the event. Thank you, Vijay ji, for organizing this and bringing everyone together. Thank you so much.
That's why we back up. Yeah, they will use
Alright, so before we cut the cake, guys, let's do the dance. If I could please request all of you to just pay attention. These kids have worked really hard, and this again youth, this is the next generation. So this is the last performance of the day. So if I could request all of you who are outside, please come in and respect the performers. Thank you. Come on.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Hello everybody, those who are outside, please come inside because the kids are performing, just encourage them. Everybody, those who are outside, please come inside. Please come inside.
Yeah, if you are outside, please come inside. We are having the last performance. That's a dance performance by youth to honor this occasion, 250th anniversary of American independence. Please join us.
The guy knows.
Alright, please, if we can, please be seated for a few minutes. Just last few minutes and that's it. So right after this, we're going to get the cards. So dignitaries, if you're still here, please, we need your help.
Dream was born with hope as guide. Through every storm, through every fight, we kept the torch of freedom bright. Many voices, one proud land, different hearts, together we stand. Built by courage, faith and grace. America, our sacred place. Raise your eyes, let freedom fly. The stars still shine across the sky. 250 years we sing for liberty. The hope we bring, red, white, and blue, forever strong. Unite hearts where we belong. Hand in hand we'll carry on a bright future, a brand new dawn. America, our voices rise, forever free, forever home. 250 years strong, celebrating 250 years of American independence. From mountain peaks to oceans wide, a dream was born with hope as guide. Through every storm, through every fight, we kept the torch of freedom bright. Many voices, one proud land, different hearts, together we stand. Built by courage, faith and grace.
One, two. Action. Okay, there we go. Alright, this is 1, 2, 3. Are you? Good. Go.
Board is available here. IE Vasuji, please. Sir, IE. Yeah. Bhandari ji. Bhandari, Abdul Bhandari ji, IE.
Over.
She's a councilwoman. Not one council. Please come. Relax. Sunil. Now give her yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, ready. Give me back up.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, ready.
Yeah, Rajeshwari ji, IE.
Ready. 1. Look, this camera. This camera.
Dharasali ji.
Boss, this camera. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Thank you.
Please come.
And then get for everybody. Right.
Please come. Oh my. Now wait. Welcome on. Lord Rajeshwari. Sorry, that light is just very bright.
Come this side. Okay, there we go. Ready. 1. Okay, this. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, and
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming.
one more.
Yeah, if you guys would like, there's cake in the back. So, never mind, there's no cake in the back. Looks like it was a bit too popular. But thank you so much for coming today. We appreciate your attendance.
Thank you guys for recognizing this important event and important milestone, and for your continued participation, and for being engaged the whole time. We sincerely thank all of you.
Thank you very much, everyone, and I hope you guys understand the purpose of why we all gathered here today. It's about the combined heritage and how America is empowered through its immigrants, and want to show the true power of that immigrant knowledge by showing our youth panel and showing that you immigrants are not the only step, and we are continuing your tradition, continuing Indian knowledge, and making sure America knows about Indian power. Thank you.
I also want to recognize some contributions from the adult side as well, uncles and aunties. Anila Basinji, thank you so much for the decoration. Mr. Amrit Bhandari, always a pleasure, honors to get your blessings. Thank you very much. Dr. Rohini Joshi, Rajeshwari ji, and all of you for coming. Greatly appreciate. Lata Shripaji, Anand ji, it's an honor always, pleasure to get your support. And everyone else, the organizers from ICS, SMMA, as well as Youth Civics Tags, greatly appreciate all your support in putting this together. Have a wonderful thank you.
Just give me 1 kilometer so I can wait from there.
Adi, Aditya, Omkar, and Nishan.
Sorry.
Getting into the collection. Huge opportunities in both fields. So that's maybe my process for actually organizing events took a long time, especially since I'm new